Now, what we're going to do today is we are going to cover a couple of things. In fact, a few things, to be honest with you, because we want to make sure that, once again, you as the tech community is aware of what's happening and also know how to make the most of all the resources that is accessible to you right here in the city. So today, my first guests are from PageCloud and also Young Professionals Ottawa, and we want to talk a little bit about an amazing on Wednesday, July 26th at PageCloud. Now, here next to me, you've got Lauren. Now, Lauren is from PageCloud, and she is one of the key marketing communicators at the company. But you're here today. Let's talk a little bit firstly. What is PageCloud? Just if anybody does not know what PageCloud is just yet. And then we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming event that's taking place on Wednesday.
So PageCloud is a website creation platform. We're here to fix the way that people make websites. Website creation has been broken for a while, and luckily our CEO, Craig Fitzpatrick, had a total eureka moment and created this whole new platform. It's free-form design, and it just puts the joy back into making a website. If you've ever tried to move something just a couple pixels to the right with WordPress and wanted to smash your laptop to pieces, trust me, that's what we're here for. We're here to fix that. Awesome. Yeah.
Now, I've used PageCloud myself as well, and we're so happy to say that that's a local company that's also, once again, taken the world by storm. Now, you guys are very much, because you deal so much with small business owners, you also work with bigger companies as well, where you help them put their platform together on your website's platform. Maybe you can share with me a little bit. You guys have shared so much with small businesses. You care so much for small businesses. That's why you decided to do something more than just, you know, help them grow their business online. You've also gone ahead and you've collaborated and worked more frequently now with an organization called HackerNest. And that is why we are here today. Talk a little bit about what you guys have planned for this upcoming Wednesday, taking place right here in Ottawa. So if you're watching this from the opposite side of the world, unless you have a private jet and you can fly here today or tomorrow, you might not be able to attend it, which I'm so sorry to say, but it just showcases to you, once again, all the things that's happening within our city. So tell us a little bit more about what HackerNest is and why PageCloud decided to hold this event at your offices, and what can people expect on Wednesday?
Totally. So HackerNest is actually a global phenomenon. There are HackerNest tech social meetups happening in cities all around the world. And we wanted to participate because it's a great chance for us to actually be able to interact, start dialogues, and meet everybody else that's in this exploding tech community in Ottawa. Plus, we have a really awesome office space. We kind of like to show it off. No guilt there. We really like to have people over. So what you can expect is just a meetup with really, really smart people from the tech community. We've got a beer sponsorship from Soda City Brewing Company. So free beer, snacks. We're going to be doing a panel with you, obviously. Very excited for that. We have the Chief Marketing Officer from Iversoft. They build mobile apps, and they're located right here in Ottawa, too. And his name's Graham Barlow. So he's going to be on the panel. Annika Thurlow, who's the Global Operations Manager for HackerNest, is actually coming down from Toronto. So she's going to be there for that conversation. And we're going to have our own Henry Brown, our Manager of Customer Acquisition, to sit in on the talk with you about marketing and tech and what it means in Ottawa. And also, we're going to have this guy over here, Brian Clare. He's co-president of Ottawa Young Professionals. And OYP actually came in, and they're going to be running all of the volunteer for the evening so that everyone at PageCloud can actually have the night off and interact with folks. The last thing you can expect is music. We've got Sam Class. He's like a world-class looping musician. So good music, food, beer, smart conversations about tech, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody there.
So thank you for sharing that. It sounds like an amazing evening. And once again, as you already know, HackerNest is a global phenomenon. It's just great that it's become now more, this is the second time that you host this. It's obviously becoming more and more of the conversation is just growing, and I know people have been clamming to get a spot as well. So if you're watching this, there's still maybe the slight opportunity for you to make it that, but you have to register. So we will include the link in this actual post. So make sure you go there and you have to register. It is through Meetup that you need to do that. So Ottawa Young Professionals, Brian, you guys are involved with this organization of HackerNest, but you also collaborated with PageCloud. So share with me a little bit, firstly, what the organization does, why did you guys start it, and why did you decide to get involved in HackerNest and work with PageCloud?
Sure. So kind of the background of why we started, I guess. We kind of did like a market analysis. We realized there's some gaps in the Ottawa community for young professionals specifically, hence the name, obviously. And, you know, we figure we can offer some of the services in connecting young professionals with, you know, larger networks. For example, when I came out of university, I didn't really have a network. And I didn't really know kind of where to go to grow that. So if there was an organization such as Ottawa's Young Professionals, I may have had the opportunity to grow my network while I was in university, say. So kind of working with, for example, universities, we can bring students at universities out to our events, kind of meet people, grow their network before they actually have to look for a job. And really, like as you may know, having a network, looking for a job, it's a lot easier rather than throwing your resume out into, say, a recruiting black hole, for example. So that's kind of where we're aiming right now. We do have some longer-term goals, but that's really our short-term goal, is to kind of get the awareness out there and let people know that we're here to help them grow their networks.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So share with me a little bit with regards to HackerNest as well and PageCloud. How did that partnership come to fruition?
So Lauren's actually on our board. She helps us out immensely, and PageCloud ended up wanting to be a sponsor for us. So obviously, you know, PageCloud is a great organization, as we've just discussed. So we thought that was a good sponsorship to work with them, and we actually use their software as well. So we know how it works, and it's just been really good working with Lauren and PageCloud to kind of grow the network and kind of expand and let people know that we're coming out and we're working at HackerNest to get more awareness. Yeah.
So first things first, thank you very much for stopping by today and giving us some insight with regards to the event. For those of you that just joined us, this is Techopia, and today we are interviewing Lauren from PageCloud and Brian from Ottawa Young Professionals. That is all talking about HackerNest that's taking place on Wednesday, July 26th. At PageCloud. Starts at 7 o'clock. We are going to include a link to the meetup registration page that you need to go to if you still want to get involved. There's limited space left because it's already jam-packed, because there's going to be music and beer and smart conversation, and also a live panel with some key influencers, both from HackerNest, Iversoft, and PageCloud. So make sure that you join us for that. Otherwise, I want to say thank you very much for the amazing stuff that PageCloud is doing. Such an amazing platform and local company that's doing so many great things, and we're so happy that you continue to play that extra role. Apart from, you know, helping companies see the web in a whole new light, you're also engaging with them and also introducing them and creating and expanding those networks. So thank you very much for that, and all the best to you, Brian, and your team. I hope you guys create more of those collaborations and those connections, because they're so important, especially when you're in that space and looking to find that right company that really fits both your principles and your expertise. So all the best to you guys, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, as I said, today's conversation is a little bit different because we have multiple companies that we're showcasing, because we wanted to make the most of the opportunity, and that's what we do here on Techopia. We want to showcase these companies, and we also want to grab them as quickly as possible to have the conversations that we want to share with the rest of the tech community. So let's get to know you guys a little bit better first. I'm going to start with you, Eric. If you can take a second and just share with us firstly your company's name, and then share with us what you guys specialize in, and then why you are here. Why you are at the Innovation Center at Bayview Yards and also supported by Invest Ottawa. Give us some more insight.
Well, first, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. I'm Eric Lavost, and I've launched a platform called easylang.com. The company is named New Paradigm SAS and is established in France. And I'm part of this program here because I won a competition on the web for getting a free ticket to Startup Fest. Innovation Center and Invest Ottawa were part of this program, and having won this ticket, I'm now part of the soft lending program of Invest Ottawa, sharing for a month the opportunity to meet consultants, lawyers, accountants, and all available services to see if I will establish my company here in Ottawa or not.
And then I'm going to come back to you in just a moment. So let's talk a little bit to Fabio is here as well. Firstly, I wish I had a name like Fabio.
It's Flavio.
Oh, it's Flavio.
Flavio.
I'm going to call you Fabio from now on.
No problem.
So it's Flavio. Still an awesome name. Flavio, it sounds like a cologne. What are you wearing, Flavio? It's awesome. So Flavio, maybe you can share with me a little bit. How has your company got involved with Invest Ottawa, and how did that, firstly, what do your company specialize in, the name of your company, and then how you guys got involved in this space, collaboration space, and what does it mean to your company so far?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for for having me here. And my name is Flavio Baniai. I come from Brazil, and I had the opportunity to come to Invest Ottawa 2 years ago. I came for a soft landing program, and actually in Brazil I have my software development company. And I came to Canada looking for partners for some side projects we have in Brazil. So in that first experience, I was showing to as many people as I could all the projects that we had at that time. And I was lucky enough to find someone that's, and 1 year later became my partner here. And since then, we launched a platform. It is a identification platform for pets. It is named TokenPet, and we just launched it. So we are very excited about being here at Invest Ottawa, because we know that all the support that this place can give us, it is amazing. It is something that we hardly can find in Brazil. So I'm lucky enough to be here with such a great support and be, among such a great minds that I can find here.
Now, it's great to hear you both from France and Brazil to step up here and kind of jump into all places of the world, Ottawa. It's interesting the path that you both took to come and join us here today. Now, Eric, let's just talk a little bit about what happened in your case, where you just literally went online to try and win a ticket with Startup Fest, which just took place a couple of weeks ago in Montreal. And you got a ticket to go there, and then got the opportunity to come with a soft landing program here at Invest Ottawa, where you spent 1 month now here. And as you say, having access to lawyers and accountants and mentors. So at this stage for you as a company, I mean, why did you in the first place thought, hey, maybe this is a good opportunity to come to Ottawa? Why do I want to come from France to come to Ottawa to hopefully, you know, get the opportunity to do this and have this discussion? Yes, it gives you the opportunity to learn more about Canada, and yes, the opportunity to possibly launch here in Canada, but why did you think it would be nice to come to Ottawa and also Invest Ottawa?
Well, I'll try to remain short in my answer, because there are so many things I could say about that. But first of all, Canada was in my strategic plan anyway. That's also the reason why I considered this competition. Ottawa is obviously the capital city of Canada, and this is a direct possibility for me to have access to the government as well. And easylang.com is a translators, professional translators, but also a platform that delivers the technology available for big corporate or governments, administrations, to deal with their translation needs. It's most of all a technological platform, and it's available for example, City of Ottawa. We talked with somebody from the City of Ottawa, but it would be also available for any other administration. So Ottawa was a natural target for me, and Invest Ottawa, the Innovation Center and Startup Fest offered me this opportunity. But I repeat it. First of all, it was in our strategic plan. This opportunity just speeded up the process. Absolutely.
And that's great that it all come to fruition for you. So may I ask, what has been, and I mean, you've only been here now 2 weeks, so it's been very quick, and it's probably a hurricane for you, and then you're on your way back. But what have you really enjoyed about being here now in the first place? I mean, yes, there's access to government, yes, there's access to all these resources, but what do you feel thus far has been a great, I guess, plus in being part of this, you know, just unique collaboration of all these parties coming together?
Well, I've been here 2 weeks, and I've been between Ottawa and Montreal. I'll go back to Montreal as well, because Montreal is also a very nice place for opportunities. But mainly 2 weeks seems like having been 6 months. It's been so hectic. The first feeling I have is that business is made at such a speed, and people are just eager to do business here. There's absolutely a will to meet people with new ideas, with innovation. So Innovation Center in Ottawa makes sense. Once again, it's the capital city, and it puts incentive in bringing new tools, new ways of doing business, and being a foreign entrepreneur here in Ottawa is part of this program, simply part of this program. So I'm really amazed about the speed of business here. I'm not used to that in France, I must say, by comparison, despite business is also good in France, but it's not the same way of doing at all. And the relation with people is totally different as well. It's casual, it's simple. Look at this interview. It's just been organized in a few minutes, and there's no fuss about it. Everything is simple and business-oriented.
Well, that's great to hear, and that's what we want to do. And I think that's the key thing, is that we are consistently working towards, as a city, as a country, as an industry, to make that accessibility and that communication between different companies, different organizations, different countries for that matter, just easier in general. So I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful news. For yourself, Flavio, you know, coming from Brazil as well, and saying, okay, I'm coming to Ottawa. This has been a little bit of a longer process for you, but you're at a stage where you've literally launched the company here, and you've got a partner from here, and you got a mentor from here, and now you're established pretty much here. You're almost ready to go. So maybe you can share with me how you feel, once again, the business industry, the business feeling, the business collaboration. How does that compare here in Ottawa? And I know you really maybe just have this now at the moment as a comparison, but I'm sure you've kind of made your way to the other cities as well in comparison to where you were in Brazil.
Oh, I had the opportunity to come to Canada many times before for a missions, business missions to Canada promoted by the consulate in Brazil. So I went to many cities here, like Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, and I thought that Ottawa was the perfect match for our needs, because the city has all these technology business everywhere you go, and for us it was very, very special to be in a place like here. So and in comparison to São Paulo, actually, I believe São Paulo is more a huge city. It is even bigger than Toronto, and so down there we have access to many sources of investments. We are able to reach, I believe, more businesses. But I believe here in Ottawa, as Eric said before, people are more open to make business, and it is not hard to meet people and to share experiences and to collaborate with them. So for us, it makes a huge difference. When comparing in São Paulo, where the competition is so strong, and it is not easy at all for you to meet new partners or get new opportunities. You have to struggle a lot in there in comparison to here, that we are here at Invest Ottawa, and we can find partners, and we can find all the support for us to grow and be successful.
Now, maybe I'll kind of conclude with this, but maybe Eric, you can share with me a little bit if you have this short little taste now of Ottawa and Canada, but if you look at where you are in France and you see, okay, what can a company like us do, or what can a country like us do, or what can government do to open these communications more frequently, like an opportunity like you created, like we created through Startup Fest, and do you feel like there should be more collaborations like that? Do you feel that that relationship is good, but it can be better within the tech community? I mean, what would you like to see? What would you like to see how this relationship grows and making companies in France, you know, more accessible to communicate with Ottawa, communicate? How do you feel is our message being relayed better? Can it be relayed better? Should it be relayed better? I mean, what's your insight on that?
Well, you're being really good to me. It's an easy answer for me. First of all, in France, not everybody is able to understand the information in English. So that means we need more professionally translated information in Canada. So I hope easylang.com will contribute to that. That's the first thing. Honestly, access to the information is the first thing really important for everybody in Europe. And not only in English, it has to be in French. That's the first thing. Doing more than that, it's difficult to answer because I don't know what the other programs are, and I'm pretty sure Ottawa and Canada have other different programs for foreigners. But that sort of access, offering a ticket for a festival, for a conference, for a meeting, is a very good incentive first. And it's quite cheap to come to Canada by plane. It's not that far. Ottawa makes sense because it's 6-hour difference with Europe. On the contrary, with the western coast, which is 9-10 hours. So it's quite easy to keep following your own business in Europe when you're in Ottawa. All that makes sense for a bridge between Ottawa and France. And shall I suggest to Ottawa to create a direct bridge between Ottawa and Lyon, the city where I'm based, because there are so many good entrepreneurs there. The startup ecosystem in Lyon is fantastic as well. And I would definitely like to have a bridge between Ottawa and Lyon. And I invite the mayor of Ottawa and the mayor of Lyon to work on that.
I like that. No, and that's what we want to do. I mean, once again, we all know that this ecosystem is not necessarily going to grow just by saying we want to grow it. We actually want to make it grow. And so if we find out what you'd like to do, and we find out what you suggest, and that's why it's so important to get your feedback and hear what you have to say, and that we as Ottawa and as a tech community can do more to connect internationally and bring investors and companies to look for talent here and take it with. And you know, there's so many opportunities. So, and for yourself, Flavio, maybe you can talk to that a little bit as well. How you see the relationships created, you know, improve, or how can we make those relationships better? Okay.
Yeah, I believe a huge advantage we have here in Ottawa in comparison to Brazil, it is the time frame, because we are just here 1 hour behind Brazil. So, and I think the tech people here can be can have the support from the people in Brazil as well, because we have a lot of people looking for opportunities elsewhere as well, and having a company here can also be a hub for people, Canadian people to go to Brazil, and for Brazilians to come to Canada, because we understand that Canada right now is being seen as a attractive country for people. When you look at in the US, what is happening there, and you compare to Canada, we see that Canada is way more welcome to foreign people, and in the business perspective, I believe once you can set your company here and establish the relationship with your company elsewhere, it is good for the business as a whole. So I believe being here in Ottawa or in Canada at this very moment is huge for our strategy and for business as a whole.
Well, thank you so very much, Flavio and Eric, for joining me today and joining us here on Techopia. So awesome to hear your insight, and congratulations on the success, and all the best with both Easy Learning and also TokenPet. And for those of you that's watching this, make sure you join us here on a regular basis on our Facebook page to watch our live interviews with these amazing tech entrepreneurs as we tell you more what's happening. Go check out techopia.ca for all the latest and greatest news on tech happening right here in the city. Have a fantastic day. Bye.